Hey everyone, how we doing? I've just got off a coaching call with Brian Alsruhe. Got a lot of good ideas. I'm going to start putting them into practice. The following video, obviously, this is the latest. I had a rubbish week, so I was off the weights last week, but back on this week. Ran the program you're about to see. But be prepared because there's going to be a lot more videos coming up. I do find it does get a bit tricky working it around the kids, but I am going to find a way of making it work more now. So there'll be another video coming up pretty quickly because I am off work this week. So anyway, I hope you enjoyed the other bit that I'm doing. This was a very good session. I felt very pumped at the end of this session. So, hope you enjoy and I'll speak to you all later. Enjoy. Okay, so this was my first week back after a week off. I had it's still there a little bit, but not as much. I've got like a swollen gland on my cheek. So, basically my cheek's pushing too close to my teeth. So, the swelling was getting a bit quite uncomfortable. And when you breathe in, when you're breathing in properly, taking that breathing through your nose, your cheeks obviously go into the gums, and that was just very, very uncomfortable. And things were a little bit crook at home, so it was just one of them weeks. So this was first week back, first session back, starting off as you can see with some sandbag pickups. These are just really good, really a lot of fun, especially on the lower body days. For a warm up, it's just gives the legs a right pump, the lower back, upper back if you hold on for a bit. Very good if you want to chuck in some triple extension. On this occasion, I didn't. I was just hoisting it up flat foot, but I will be aiming to work on using some triple extension on the next time I do some sandbags. Just makes it that little bit harder, and obviously having a good triple extension is by far better than having a bad one. And the extra work on the ankles is always good. So, yes. All in all, not too bad. A couple of times you'll see the writing on one side and then the writing was blank on the other. That is where I went to do the pickups and the bags flipped over. This was the last one, so I gave it a bit of a hold. Right, this is the first main work I was doing for the day. For the giant set, I was doing, as you can see, these straight arm pull downs. Just give the lats a nice little kick in before I go on to the main mover, which was, as you can see, a rack pull. And this is for a 1 rep max. Reason I went with the rack pull was because most people, because of the shorter range of motion, you can lift more on a rack pull than you can on, say, a conventional deadlift. So that was like, yeah, I'll find I suppose easier. It is slightly easier. You can put more weight, and because it was my first go back in the ring, so to speak, I figured I'd go with what was a little bit easier. But that said, still a hell of a worker, because it is easier, I was able to pack on more load. So, on the one hand, well, you went easy, did you? And on the other hand, well, I capped off with a much heavier weight than I'd lifted for quite a while. This one here, I have shaved off 80%. Oh, no, not shaved off. I've taken 80%, shaved off 20%. And this is for 3 sets of 5 reps. Again, the weight is slightly heavier because you work off what you worked before. As you can see, I do come in a bit of a cramped space, but there is going to be a video going out on how that is plausible and how it can be made to work. So I strongly believe it can be. for most events. Right, this was followed up with some dynamic work on squats. The sharper eyes, if you can see, I've got some bands hooked around there, and on the bottom of those bands I've got some chains. So I'm putting in my accommodated resistance there. So start heavier at the top, starts off a bit lighter at the bottom. This for assistance, I've done some snatch grip deadlifts. These are beautiful. First time I've actually done them for a very long time. So I figured, may as well give it a shot. And obviously where it has been a while since I've done them, it's essentially felt like a new exercise. So that was really good. And then I finish off here with some shrugs, again with a snatch grip.